I'm Burt Young. I'm doing the Edelson with Vicki Abelson.
Game Changers with Vicki Abelson.
Okay, we got that right. Okay. Hello.
This is Burt Young, everybody. This is Burt Young. Hi, Burt.
Hello, honey. I'm Burt Young. Thank you for
Thank
having me here. Game Changers with Vicki Abelson.
Abelson. This is the story of my life. This is why I couldn't be an actress, because nobody could get my name right. Burt.
Well, Adelson's a good name.
Adelson is a good name. I wouldn't mind him being Vicki Abelson. Yeah. I was actually Vicki Katz. I was actually Vicki Katz in Corona, Queens, and we were like neighbors. And you went to Newtown High School for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
So how come you didn't stay at Newtown High School?
They threw me out.
You know, I think we have to talk about the fact that your gorgeous grandson August is running around because that the baby.
I think the first. That's what I'm trying to do. With introduce him so it covers us talking.
That covers us so people know that it isn't that we're not like holding a baby hostage here. It's actually Bert's grandson, and he's gorgeous and adorable, and he is not being harmed in the making of this video. Right?
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
All right. Okay. Well, I think August has gone off. Okay. So why did you get kicked out of Newtown?
Well, I was not a good citizen. A lot of trouble.
Were you a bad boy?
Very.
Oh, I loved bad boys.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I love that you love us. But yeah, but.
So what is being a bad boy? What did being a bad boy mean?
Well, I stole a lot and didn't show up a lot. Yeah, either. And
what's the first thing you pinched? What's the first thing you stole?
Oh, I used to shoplift a lot.
Did you shoplift big good things or like candy?
Yeah.
Like what?
Everything, watches, jewelry, stuff like that.
And did you get caught?
No.
Never?
No. I got caught once, but they let me go.
So, and what would you do with the stuff once you stole it? Hi, August. Come here. Come here. August, you want to be in the picture?
Yeah, baby. Come
here. Can you get into your grandpa?
Come, honey.
Go ahead.
I'll get to you.
He'll come to me. Come here. You want to come? Oh, you guys have to see August. We'll treat you to August. His mommy's going to bring him in. Ann, you want to bring him in?
August, get in the face.
Come on. Come on. Yeah, we got a shy boy.
Okay.
All right. While August is being shy, I'm just going to give a shout out to my sponsors, Burt, before we get in there. And I can't say this in front of August because it's foul. But my hairdresser, Nicole Venables of the Ruby Begonia Salon, has a hairspray called. Can you see this?
Yeah.
What it's called?
Hair Crush Love.
No, here. Yeah. What's this called? And he's a phenomenal human being, and I adore him.
Thank you, baby.
And are we live? Because it's not showing up on my the live feed isn't showing up on my computer yet. There we are. Look at us, Burt.
Yeah.
There we are.
Very handsome.
That's us.
Very nice.
You are very handsome.
We are.
We are. We're handsome. And so
little baby.
The little baby. I don't know why I look like a clown to me because I'm wearing red lipstick, but I'm doing it because tomorrow's Valentine's Day, Burt.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have a Valentine?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, that girl that I broke up with.
And why'd you break up with her?
She broke up with me.
She broke up with you? Oh. But you're still loving on her?
I do.
You do? And it's around her birthday now, right?
Yes.
And so
this month.
This month? You wish her a happy birthday? And a happy Valentine's Day?
I
Maybe you can win her back. Do you want to win her back?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well.
She's very nice. I like her.
Well,
a lot.
That's a really sweet story. So maybe you can win her back on here.
I'll give it a try. Tell me when I can go. I'm talking right now.
Yeah, you're talking. Oh. You're on the air.
Good. I'm talking. This is painless, folks.
This is painless. So I want to say hi to Pete George. Pete, come in and let everybody say hi to you.
Hey.
So you have to Pete has to scooch. This is Pete George.
Hey.
He's my wingman. Pete is wonderful. Hi, Pete.
Hey, Vicki. Hey, Burt.
Hi, buddy.
How are you?
Pete.
And so, Pete. So do you have a Valentine, Pete?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
No,
All right, who's your Valentine?
I don't
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I don't believe no one likes him.
I know, right?
What are you doing for Valentine's Day, Pete?
Is that tomorrow?
It is.
I'll probably be like at the mall in a trench coat. I don't know. It's a joke.
It's a joke. You know, and by the way, for those of you out there, and I see you're all joining the show, Pete's going to be looking for your questions. So if you have questions...
I'll be looking for questions, yeah.
Pete's going to be looking for questions. He's going to be... Anything else you want to share with us?
I'm going to be headlining Mimi's Cafe in Valencia this weekend at 7 o'clock. There's a big stand-up comedy show there, headlining. And February 23rd, I'll be doing 2 shows in Youngstown, Ohio at the Funny Farm.
I love it.
That's great.
Pete's a rock and roll comedian. He plays guitar and then he does funny things.
No, I heard of him.
All right.
All right, Pete. Thank you for sitting here. Okay, so let's get back to. So you got kicked out of high school. So why'd you get kicked out of high schoul?
Fighting and stealing.
Fighting and stealing.
Yeah.
So you went. How long were you at Newtown?
Shortly, like in a month.
A month.
Yeah.
So you didn't. And then I know you were a Marine. Did you enlist in the Marines? How old were you when you enlisted in the Marines?
15.
Stop that. They took a 15-year-old in the service. Did you lie?
No, of course I lied. My father lied. He helped me lie.
Now, why did your father help you lie?
Dad wanted me out of town. I was in too much trouble. You know. He was a good man, Papa.
Okay, so now I heard your dad was he a reverend?
No.
What wasn't he?
We can make him a reverend.
Wait, no. What did your father do? He did something like
He was
good.
a principal. He ended up a principal at high school.
What high school was he at?
Machine and Metal Trade High.
Okay, so your dad was like a law-abiding citizen?
Oh, absolutely honest fella.
And you were the black sheep?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so...
In a good way.
A black sheep in a good way? What does that mean?
I beat the guys up that deserved it. I stole when I needed it.
Yes.
That's a good way.
So The Sopranos was kind of your life before The Sopranos existed, right?
He's a funny guy. The poor fella that died.
James
great.
Gandolfini.
I liked him a lot.
I was watching today a scene that you did with him. You guys were pretty fabulous together.
Yeah.
Did you work? I watched every Sopranos most of us did. Did you ever do a scene with Michael Imperioli, who played Christopher?
Yes,
He's a good friend of mine. Michael's a wonderful kid.
I worked with him in my movie.
Oh, he was in your movie.
Yeah.
Which one? All right, which one? I know you did a couple.
Daddy, I don't like it like this.
Okay, so I have to. Can I find this movie? Can I?
Yes.
Will I be able to? Okay, good, because I want to watch it because I love you both. So I'm excited to see that. So you when did you start writing?
Always, when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. It was a way to express myself that I couldn't otherwise.
How did you did you study it, or did it just come natural for you?
It was pretty natural to work, but yeah, it was pretty natural. That and paint, I painted often too.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that too. So Burt's work, which we're going to show you. Where's the book? Let me have the book, Burt, because I want to show. Oh wow, these are look at this. Look at this. Look at Burt's work. It's like I can't barely hold this. Look at the color. The colors are amazing. So my interpretation of your work is I would call you an impressionist. Is that correct? You remind me of that.
It sounds nice.
But it reminds me of impressionist paintings. So when did you start? I want to go through these books when we finish the show. When did you start? What came? Okay, let's go back. You're a little kid. What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the first thing you want to be when you grow up?
A hoodlum.
A hoodlum. So now, who taught you this? Your father was a good man. What did your mother do? Was she a housewife?
She was a designer of women's clothes.
Really?
She was wonderful.
Wow.
She was sweet and beautiful.
So, did she have her own line? Did she work for a company? What did she do?
For herself.
For herself?
Yeah.
And did she sell out of the house? Did she have a store? What did she do?
Out of the house.
Wow. And did she make clothes for you?
When I was a kid. She certainly took suits and made them oval. You know,
She made them special for you?
Yeah, very much.
And so, did your parents disapprove of you being a hoodlum, or were they?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
But they love me, so that's good.
That's good.
I keep mentioning that.
So, yeah, well, you got to keep mentioning that. Okay, so you're a little kid. You're already stealing, lying, being bad boy, like little kid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're that little kid, little Burt, what does he want to be when he grows up?
Well, I was...
a hoodlum.
A hoodlum.
But when you got past that...
You
okay.
see, hoodlums, you got to see how it describes it. From the neighborhood I come from,
Yeah.
that was an honorary name, you know. It wasn't something that was off. You know, it was being tough and handling yourself, you know. And I did that.
Were you connected?
Of course.
Really?
Still am.
Are you really?
Of course.
Uh-oh. All right, so now I'm nervous already. Wow, really?
Sure.
Okay.
The father of Annie's godfather, Anthony Corralo. He's gone. He died, but he was a wonderful man, wonderful to me.
So were you a made man?
Yes, you asked me that. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so connected. I was saying maid also. Okay, wow. This is stuff I didn't know about you, Burt. Okay, so you go into the Marines because, now did your father kind of encourage you to do it? Was it your choice? Who decided you're going to go into the Marines at 15?
A cousin. My father, we had a cousin that I was in trouble all the time. So
Right.
my cousin said, put him in the service for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Because you can't handle him. And the only thing was 2 years was the Marine Corps. But I said that already. But anyway, so Pop went along with that.
Mm-hmm.
My mother cried always, day and night. I get letters, all tears on the letters. She cried.
So where were you doing service?
Okinawa.
Wow.
Australia.
What was your job in the Marines?
I was supposed to be a wire man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you climb the pole
Yeah.
and you have the things and you string the wires, but I didn't do that. I didn't like that.
You didn't.
I didn't like to climb the pole.
You didn't like to climb the poles. So what did you end up doing?
I boxed for them. It took me out of harm's way.
It's interesting that boxing would take you out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start to box?
Right away. I stopped before I was in the Marine Corps. I started when I was 15 years old, the Golden Gloves.
Okay, so how did you get into boxing? How did that become a thing for you? It was just something you liked?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
It was just I was tough, and a tough kid on the street. That's what you do. You fight.
So 18 pro fights and you were undefeated, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And you got to fight in an exhibition with Muhammad Ali, is that correct?
Oh yeah, I did. That was great.
So how old were you when that happened?
What the hell was I? Randy don't know. Let me think. Anyhow, I guess.
Annie, how old was he when he did the exhibition with Muhammad Ali?
He was fully formed and
Fully formed. He was a grown. You were a grown up.
Fully formed. Whatever that.
That's
the class of the neighborhood.
And your daughter Annie is the class of the neighborhood. I like that. Your son over there, Randy's pretty great too.
He's sweet.
Pretty great guy. So, and thank you, Candy Clark, for letting me ride your coattails and get to go to that event and meet Burt and Randy. That was so lovely. Okay, so you start boxing. What's it like meeting Muhammad Ali? Was he a hero of yours before you met him, or did he become one?
No, he was a hero.
He was a hero.
Yeah, he still was a hero.
Mm-hmm.
I care for him very much because first of all, he was a hero. He didn't want to fight. I don't want to fight those yellow guys, and he didn't. And and he got in trouble. He
Oh, really?
lost his title, lost 4 years of earning money.
He refused to go to Vietnam. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a conscientious objector.
And he was funny as hell.
Was
So,
he?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had a training camp in Pennsylvania, and it was a riot. Just a riot.
And how did the exhibition fight between you and Mohammed go?
It was mine. I won.
You did?
Yeah, it was no, we weren't going hard.
Hi. Hi. We have an August down here. Where are you, August? Where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, look, can you guys look, this is August. Hi. Say hi. Can you say hi? Can you say hi?
It's a wave, yeah.
How does this? It doesn't get cuter than this. Can you say hi?
Hi,
Can
baby.
you say hi? You're such a good boy. Look at Pete.
He's directing.
He's too cute. Look, I'm sorry, but the interview is over. I'm just gonna do this because I haven't had one of these for a while. Oh, you are too cute. So you beat Mohammed?
Yeah, it was my 3 rounds. We weren't looking to take each other out. It was more gentle because and so I was nice.
You were nice to him?
Yeah, and he was nice to me, of course. We enjoyed each other immediately. Then
Did you stay friends throughout his life?
very much.
Oh.
Very much. Robert Blake, of course, I liked him, but I still like him.
So I heard that you had a trainer who or a manager who was Rocky Graziano's manager. Is that true?
Yeah.
And did he discover you? Did you find him? How did that happen?
No, he found me.
He found you and you were just a scrappy kid?
Yeah.
Did he kind of make you a pro star?
No,
Or-
I did that by fighting good and a lot.
How many fights did you fight in total? How many amateur fights did you do? A lot?
Yeah, I guess 25, I think.
Wow.
A lot.
And so why did you give up boxing?
I never thought of it as a business.
Did you make money at it?
Not serious money. No. In those days, you get $25 a fight.
So how were you supporting yourself in those days? A little stealing, a little of that? Little hoodlum action.
A lot.
A lot of hoodlum.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, so you're a boxer. Did you get hurt? Did you ever damage your face or
My
anything?
nose
Oh yeah.
they had to burn it out.
Ooh.
Whatever.
Cauterize it?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. They just had to do that to my daughter, but not from boxing.
No, thank you.
I didn't punch her in the nose. It just kind of happened. So okay, so you're a boxer, and then I know the story, but I want you to tell the story of why you decided to become an actor. What it was love, right?
Love.
It was love. So
This
what?
girl,
Yeah.
Norma.
Mhm.
She used to go with my best friend.
Yeah.
I fell in love with her.
How old were you?
15.
Before you went to the Marines?
Yeah. That's why I went in the Marines. Because she broke my heart.
Oh, why she didn't like you back?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
So 15, you fell in love.
Yeah.
You go into the Marines.
But I fell in love before that with others. Yeah, I went in the Marines. I do love girls.
You love girls. Yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah, I do.
Taurians love very sensual. I mean, I keep touching you, but Taurus is. I have Taurus rising. Taurus very sensual, very tactile, right? Like to touch, like to hug,
I'll
like to.
accept that.
So you fall in love. You go into the Marines. You get out, and you go try to get her back.
Oh yeah.
And so what happened?
She was going with this guy. He was a Puerto Rican fella. And I was in love with her. And Puerto Rican didn't bother me. I liked him better than her. You
Really?
know? Yeah, I mean, as it turns out.
Yeah.
But
And?
she ended up a girlfriend to my best friend.
Yeah.
I set them up. It was nice. He just died, my friend.
Oh.
My friend Andy, good guy. Yeah. Andy's a godfather.
Uh-huh. And so how did loving her and wanting to get her get you to be an actor? What happened?
Well, let's see. How did mishmash happen? What happened was I was acting, fell for her, and so that the common thing, I was acting and I was successful, starting to be successful. So it wasn't a big jump. It was a slide into movies.
How did you slide from, okay, because I know the story because I heard it. How did you slide from being a boxer, a Marine, into acting? Because I heard that you found your way to Lee Strasberg because of her. Was it because of this one?
That's right.
Right?
Sure, you're right. Sorry, Lee. Yeah, he became a godfather of mine, of her. But
I heard that the only reason that you went to Lee Strasberg was because you wanted to help her get in,
yeah,
right?
I did. That's right. And he was very honest to me, and I understood what the hell he was talking about. And I understood. I got more from watching the other students exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Watching them made me what I was.
I heard that in your class was Jane Fonda and Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you ever do a scene with them?
Yeah, sure.
You did?
Yeah, both of them. Sure.
Really? What was it like working with Marilyn?
Oh, funny.
Was she
dizzy?
She was dizzy.
Yeah, nice dizzy.
Was she were you friends with? Was she friendly and?
Yeah. I used to go out with her too. So
Stop it! You went out with Marilyn Monroe?
yeah.
Oh my God!
You have to go out with somebody. You know?
That's a pretty nice person to go out with. How about Jane? How was Jane Fonda?
She was bright.
Yeah.
Bright and caustic, you know.
Oh really?
But nice.
Mm-hmm. Was she a good actress back then?
Of course she was.
Yes.
Always good. And she was in that rebellion stuff that she was working on that.
The anti-Vietnam stuff and all of that.
Because of her, the boyfriend I knew from the acting. I've had a good trip. Simple as that. That's a good trip.
So from Lee
Right,
Strasberg, how did it turn into to work for you? What was the first like professional gig where you got paid? Was it on stage? I assume it was on stage.
No.
No.
It was stage, but the movies came. I told you, the card was the first thing I got paid. That was like $50. If you took on those figures, that's what it was. And then I went into the soaps. And the doctors was the first thing that would give serious money. The doctors.
And what was your character on the Doctors?
A rapist.
Nice storyline.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so what happened from so okay, so I also was I was doing some research on you and the thing that I read about with Lee Strasberg was he was taken with you because you were a man of few words, right? But he sensed the depth of your emotion. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. He did. He felt there was a walk-in library. He felt that, it was very important to me. If he didn't accept me, I probably never would have kept track. I didn't want to be a phony. I didn't want to be like us all actors. I wanted to do what I said I was going to do, and I did that. And I had such a great time doing it. theater. Now I was told I write also.
And I know you've written a couple of plays as well.
A couple of plays, a couple of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I did a couple, 3 or 4 movies. I think I did. Yeah, the good ones. Come well.
And does the writing? So is it hard for you when you're working on a film? Do you ever try to change some of your dialogue, or are you faithful?
Sure.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, sure.
and you're able to do that. Were your relationship with Stallone? Were you able to contribute to that process?
Oh yeah, yeah. He wanted me to write for the show, and I did.
Oh wow!
And we had great fun together. He was a bright kid. Yeah, really very bright.
So tell us the story of Rocky, because I mean there've been incredible films that you did you did a bunch of work before Rocky.
Of course.
And most notably, I just spaced out. You did Chinatown before Rocky, didn't you?
Yes.
And that scene in Chinatown with the blinds. Oh my
yeah,
God.
the blinds. Yeah. Chewing the blinds.
So what's that like working with Jack Nicholson?
A pleasure. A
Yeah.
great pleasure. Yeah, he's a very bright man. Funny as a bastard.
Is he?
Quick, yeah. Once he opens up, he's funny as
He's also a Taurus, so you are kindred spirits.
Oh.
Here comes August.
Oh, August. Hello, August.
He's a little
August.
sweetie.
Isn't that beautiful?
He is a beautiful boy.
Hello, August. Look at him.
He's a doll. He's a little doll. You know, for those of you out there who are parents, you totally get this. For those of you who aren't, you're probably going, "What's going on?" But this is life. When you have a kid, the kid rules, right? The kid rules.
Here he comes back. Hello, August.
So anyway, so you worked with Jack Nicholson first. So how do you get? So you're already an established actor when it comes time for Rocky, correct?
Yes.
And from what I understand, you were the highest paid person on Rocky.
And Rocky.
Even more than Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, he didn't get no money.
He didn't get any money. So how did that script come by you? Because he was an unknown. How did you get the script?
Told me he wrote the script for me.
Oh wow!
And he said, "Would you please look at it?" And of course. He was sincere, strong kid. I liked him. There was never a phony one with Sylvester. Not at all, ever.
Mm.
I liked the guy, and he was and I still do. Very good guy.
So.
The director didn't want to hire me.
Why is that?
He said he lied. He said he doesn't know my work. Meantime, I did a movie for him.
What?
Before, yeah.
Which movie? Here, wait.
Looking to get out, I think. I'm not sure.
All right, I'm going to your IMDb. We can look at what it was. So before you did Rocky, you did some, look. Meanwhile, I'm doing Burt's IMDb and I'm getting finger cramp from all the movies that you have 9 movies in the can right now. 9 movies, either completed or in post production. What? Get out of here! How do you have the energy for this? Okay, so you did The Doctors first. It looks like. So I'm looking at what
The Doctors was so.
So you also did Cinderella Liberty with Jack.
Yeah.
Before Rocky. And MASH. You were in
MASH.
Oh yeah, I was watching some of your scenes with Alda. Those
That
were
was fun.
So all right, I'm jumping all over the place, but
It's okay.
so you've done a little bit of comedy, Back to School being most notable. Do you enjoy comedy? Because you're very good at it.
I enjoy just about everything when it comes to showing off.
So when you write, have you ever written a comedy?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, I have, and it went well. Wrote and did them, and
Was it a play or a film?
film, movie, and of course I wrote the TV shows that I did.
What TV shows did you write?
Mish.
Oh, really? You wrote an episode? Oh, I also saw that you wrote an episode of, wait a minute, I'm forgetting now. You wrote an episode of Beretta. Wow.
Yeah.
That was early for you.
And Back to School, too.
You wrote on Back to School?
Yeah.
Wow. What was it like writing for Rodney?
He was a little difficult, cursed a lot, you know.
Yeah.
But I liked it. He was harmless to me. But he cursed when women were around. I didn't like that. He was a little aggressive that way, you know.
So you're a little bit old school, a little... he went back to school. So yeah, so you have a kind of old-fashioned manners, and
I do.
yeah, that's
I
sweet.
even open the doors
I like that.
for women.
Okay, so let's get back to Rocky. So the director didn't want you. Why? You'd already made a movie for him. Why didn't he want you? Do you know?
He was scared of me.
Oh, really? Personally, or as an actor?
Personally.
Oh.
Well, I don't know which. That's you have to ask him. But he was. And he had no reason to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
So did Sly fight for you?
Sly was always in my corner.
Mm-hmm.
Before the work, during the work, he was a good man.
And so from what I read, everybody else had to audition. Burgess Meredith, right? Everybody else. Talia Shire.
Yeah.
And I also heard that Talia, she played your wife in one of your films, correct?
Oh yeah.
So you had a really nice relationship with her, obviously.
I loved her.
Did you love her off screen as well?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you? Did you have a relationship with her?
Yes, I certainly did.
Oh. So was that rough for you when you were watching her and Sly all those years, being a couple?
Yes. But I was the couple with her.
Oh.
So he was jealous of that.
Was he?
Yeah. 'Cause he wasn't doing her that, you know.
So your son is hiding his head in shame. We're getting the real story here. I'm loving. Well, you're getting the story here. So Sly was jealous of old Burt. I'm liking this story. So okay, so let's go back to this. So Sly wants you in his movie. He's nobody's ever heard of him. He's a first-time filmmaker. But you believe in him because you believe in that script? Is that what it is?
Yes, the script was handsome, strong, and good, and I believed in him very much.
And what was the process like of working on that film?
Just a lot of improv.
Oh, really?
We would change lines. Me and him would write together, and so it was good.
Collaborative.
Good filmmaker. Yeah, it was collaborative.
So obviously he had a lot of respect for you going in, which is why he wanted you so badly.
He did, and I appreciated it.
So how much of Paulie is true to Burt? How much are Burt and Paulie?
Very much.
Very much.
Very much.
You're a very emotional, heart on your sleeve kind of man, aren't you?
I guess I am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty lovely thing. I read today that you did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest somewhere.
Yeah.
Which part did you play? Were you McMurphy? Who were you?
No.
Martini?
No.
No. Billy Bibbit. I don't know.
No.
No, the chief.
Who's the cuckoo? He's cuckoo.
Well, they're all cuckoo.
What the hell? Who was it? I forget.
But you did that at what stage in your career did you do that? Because that was in the 70s, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, right? Because I did it in college.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Candy Star, I was the hooker.
I did the play after.
After the movie came out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So you've gone back and forth between theater and film. Do you enjoy them equally as much?
I just want to work. I love it when I'm being used, and so I care. I'm like a broad, you know.
You like being used.
Yeah.
And so, did you anticipate when you did Rocky that you were going to end up doing 6 Rocky movies? I mean, was that part of the plan to do?
No. He had no plan. We shocked. It went to 3. Both me and him.
Mm-hmm.
We were shocked. We didn't expect it.
Right.
And but we took it well, and he kept growing. His talent, writing, his behavior as a human, he kept growing. He's a good friend.
I have to say that 6, Rocky Balboa, I think is my second favorite of the lot. I loved that film. You were fabulous in it. It's a wonderful film.
Thank you.
Usually, you would think when something would get to number 6, it would not
tired,
be very,
yeah.
that it would get tired, but that wasn't tired at all. It was thrilling.
We got sharper in that case. We got sharper.
So tell me about the Pope of... We have some... So I don't know Sly, but I do know Frank. Frank Stallone did my jam, and he did music for Rock. He did music in Rocky, right?
He sang. Made a couple songs up.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, the music
He's
did very
a nice guy. Nice guy.
He is a nice guy. You still friends with him?
Of course.
Good. It's good. And then the Pope of Greenwich Village. So Eric Roberts is a friend of mine too. Eric and Eliza. I love him. That film, you are one kind of wicked. All right, how do you do that scene where you drink the espresso and then you have to die running out? Like, how is that method acting? What is that? How do you do that? You fall down, you're running around, you run out the door.
You sort of die with the part.
You do.
That's it. That's hard. In the meantime, I had beaten him up. What's his name?
Eric Roberts. The thumb. We all know about the thumb. They took my thumb. Yeah.
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 You did it good.
But that death scene that you had to do was crazy. Was that your idea, or did the director lead you to that?
No one could lead me to that kind of work.
So where does that come? How did you come to decide that you're going to die that way?
Well,
that was a really intense death scene.
I used what was unhealthy in my stomach, and I enlarged it, and it would give me a lot of pain, a pain that I released when I was working.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was pretty intense. Once Upon a Time in America, one of the greatest films ever.
Yeah, that was great.
That was great. And Cinderella Liberty. That's and then I saw you did a film with Sally Kirkland, who's a friend of mine.
She's a crazy girl.
Yeah.
She's wonderful crazy,
Wonderful crazy. Was
Question.
there? Yeah.
You want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear.
Someone asked, "Hi Burt, can you tell us about working on the gang that couldn't shoot straight? Was Jimmy Breslin on set? Were you able to improv at all, or did you have to say every scripted word verbatim?"
No. We just were talking about that. Thank you. No, Jimmy was on the set, and he was a very free man. He didn't care. He wanted to be quality in front of the camera, and that's what he cared about. And I enjoyed it very much. Still do.
Somebody was asking me a question about Pete. If you go on the thread from this morning, somebody had a question about Mike Tyson. Did you take Mike Tyson in your? Did he live with you for a while?
Yeah.
And how did that happen?
Well, he loved. He loved the manager.
It's not Cass. Not Gus. No, not. It's not Gus. It's Gat. Wait, it's Cat. Cuss.
Well,
was his name Cuss?
Well, no, it was Gus the Mother. That's who made him a pro.
Okay.
Before this cat is doing it now. Not Danny. I didn't know. I don't know Cat. I'm sure he don't know. Maybe he knows me, I guess. But he didn't never directed me.
And so what happened? How did you become friends with Mike Tyson? How did you befriend Mike Tyson? What was that about? Was he in trouble when you befriended him?
Always in trouble.
Always in trouble.
Man.
At what stage in his career was he unknown then when you took him in?
He was a champ.
He was already a champ.
Yeah, he was a champ.
And so why did you take him in?
A man that could behave like a hero and do what's asked of him. How could you not like the guy? His pain through life. How could you not like the man like that? You have to like him. I still care. Like I said, we see each other with glee when we see each other today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you still box? Do you?
Hell yeah.
Did you miss it when you became an actor?
No, you don't miss get punched in the nose. But I happen to be real good, and I was asked to continue fighting many times. But I knew the limitations of me, my body, Little August.
Hi. Thank you. That's so nice.
Thank
Do you
you.
want to come and be on camera? Do you want to come and be on? There's a very cute child here. Well, you've already seen him. He's a very cute child. So you continue to stay to keep in it just for health, for exercise, because
It was more than exercise. It's for,
psychologically.
of course, being a solid man. Where we come, everything had to do with the street.
Mm-hmm.
Being solid. Thank you, honey bunny.
Thank you.
I have a present. Do you want to come? Oh, okay. Here. Thank you. Thank you. Oops. Did you, he's very cute. Hi. All right, wait, no, there's people. We have to pay attention to the people. It's very hard to pay attention to the people when you're here, August.
Another question? I'll take another question.
Sure.
Someone asks, please ask Burt about Pete Dexter, Randall Tex Cobb, and the Devil's Pocket Bar fight in Philly.
I don't know about that fight, but I know Tex Cobb is a friend. Bad shape. A little hurting too much. But we love him. I love him. He's a tough man. Tough on himself, that's what it is.
Somebody just said they saw the first episode of Russian Doll. You're in Russian Doll? You were in Russian Doll on Netflix?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so I'm gonna have to watch it. They're promoting it. It just started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what is that?
It's on. Yeah, you gotta watch this. Did you find the question from this morning, Pete? I don't know. I don't know who it is. All right, so I'm gonna stop looking at this and let Pete do it. So, how much have you been ruled by love in your life, Burt?
Every bit.
Every bit. So, how many significant women have there been? Do you fall in love often, or have you stayed in love for long periods of time?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Did you have a love of your life?
Yes, I have a few.
You have a few loves of your life.
Yeah, and quite nicely. But and sometimes it gets sad, you're a woman.
When you get your heart broken?
Yeah. Yes.
So is the woman that you want to win back now, is this maybe one of the loves of your life?
Yes.
You were with her a long time, yeah?
Yes.
She's a little bit younger than you?
Everybody's.
But from what I recall, you robbed the cradle as I've been wont to do. But wasn't she like a 20-something when you met her?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 20-something. Bert's a little bit more than that.
All right.
Yeah, and so she was about 35 when you guys broke up or something?
I guess so.
Yeah, not too bad. And that was last year, so that's pretty good, Burt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you always been attracted to younger women?
Yes.
Ah, and why is that? Do you think?
Youth, their bravery,
Mm.
and their butt.
Their butt.
Yeah.
I would say that has something to do with my decisions sometimes too. Their butt, and tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I've mentioned that, and I'm never wearing red lipstick again. I say this every time I wear it. I'm doing it, and I'm wearing red for Valentine's Day, and I'm giving a shout out to my Valentine out there. I haven't had a Valentine on Valentine's Day in a very, very long time.
I just give. Yeah.
What?
I'm going to see my girl
You're going to see your girl?
tomorrow. I'm flying to New York tomorrow.
Are you really?
Yeah.
And you're going to see her?
Yeah.
Does she know? Did you get her a present?
It's a good question.
It's a good question. You did. Annie's saying you did get her a present.
I did.
He sent her chocolate covered strawberries.
Chocolate covered strawberries is a nice Valentine gift. And she's fallen for it. She's going to see him. Well, we don't know. All right. Well, Bert's going for it on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the art. When did you start painting? And did you take a class? Did you learn? Was it no?
No class. My daddy was a superb artist.
Oh, really?
He was really one. He was a sheet metal mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the
What?
water picture. He made that with his hands.
Wait a minute. No, I didn't see. I have to see.
I think the baby gave it to you. I think, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, Pete?
That's right.
Did we
Yeah,
see it?
Mhm.
I didn't see it. I have to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Well, it was too far away to think serious about acting. Yeah, too corny for me, from where I come from. But
Did your father approve of you being an actor?
he didn't believe it.
What do you mean?
He told me and others that he can't be an actor. He don't open his mouth, which is true.
You're a shy guy in real life?
Yeah.
Soft spoken?
Yes.
So how does that beast come out in you're a beast in movies. You're an there is nobody like you.
Thank you. I guess.
No, yes, it is a compliment because your performances are explosive, but you're this soft-spoken, gentle man.
Yeah, well, you push the buttons that you train for, and if you got all that mishmash running around inside there, get the liberty to expose it, that's, I do that.
In real life, do you expose that kind of anger? You have in real life?
Sure.
Yeah. So still waters run deep. I'm getting that.
I loved in Back to School
Yeah.
when you crush the napkin container.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. And I watch that movie every time it's on. I have to watch it at any point.
It is
Awesome.
funny. It is funny, yeah.
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 So when did your father accept that this is what you were doing and that you were good at it? Did he get to live to see your success?
No.
Oh.
He didn't recognize it. He didn't. When they would say, "Your son's in a movie," my son don't even talk. He don't open his mouth. My son can't do movies.
So he never saw you in a movie?
He didn't understand.
Really?
Didn't understand. Didn't want to understand.
How successful were you while he was still alive?
I was nominated for Academy Award.
And, okay, so now you're nominated for an Academy Award, and your father is still not on board that you are an
Well,
actor.
you gotta remember that he had a lifetime of me being a hoodlum,
Mm-hmm.
and to go into a talking person, someone with the arts, was very hard for him.
How about for your mom?
She was with me from the moment. She was with me in the PTA plays. Yeah.
In school?
Oh yeah. She was with me all the time. Never not. Well, even when I was a crook, she was with me.
That's lovely. And did she live to see your success?
Oh yeah.
And did she enjoy it?
Very much.
Who'd you take to the Academy Awards?
Mama.
Oh.
My girlfriend, Talia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Talia was your girlfriend at the time?
Yeah.
Wasn't she nominated also?
Yes.
That was quite a power couple, you guys.
Yeah.
Right?
It was.
So what is that like? What is that like finding out that you're nominated for an Academy Award? Was that meaningful for you?
After it sunk in, I really didn't. People come and told me that I really didn't figure out why, but it felt very good. I felt deserved,
Mm-hmm.
I was pleased with it, and I was pleased with Talia being up. I was pleased with Rocky being involved.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleased with the whole company.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody got nominated, and that company was great.
Quite a time for you guys.
Yeah.
So, is there any other? I'm assuming that the Rocky franchise is one of your favorite things that you've ever done. I'm going to assume that's so iconic, that role.
Yeah, I would say so.
Is there anything else that was?
I mentioned, I think, Looking to Get Out.
Who was in that with you?
Duvall.
Oh.
Duvall. Myself and
I don't know.
Jimmy Caan.
Oh, you did something else with
Jimmy.
James Caan
I did a
too.
lot of movies with him.
Is he one of your favorite people to play? Who are some of your favorite people to?
Jimmy's good, and he is a good friend. His sister was a great close friend of mine. I loved her. She died. Too bad. Good woman. Her children are my daughter's cousins in life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
So, was there ever a film that didn't make you happy, that you didn't enjoy doing? Did you love everything you did?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I because I go someplace in here.
Okay, so are you a method actor? Do you do the method?
Yeah, it's Stanislavski. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Strasberg trained you. He trained you?
I trained myself.
You trained yourself.
But I accepted what he was doing very fully. I leaped into the process, and he opened his arms to my work.
So was it something that was organic for you, that you were able to just...
Not just, it takes work.
It takes work.
Work is sensitive stuff,
So what would your... To this day, I'm assuming, since you're a method actor, that the preparation, the work, is something that you do in advance of...
Enduring.
And during.
Yeah, I do, yes. You should, you explore. First, you get a script, you read it.
Mm-hmm.
You see where it takes you,
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you don't go there fully, but then when you start looking and feeling the pages and what you're doing, then you take bits and hunks of that you want to influence more severely, and that's when you take the things the medals that you pick for the work.
Was there ever a role that you had a hard time finding that place? No, you could always find the place.
I did.
And is there always a little bit of Burt in everything that you do?
I guess. More than a little.
More than a little.
Yeah.
What role that you've played is the most like the real you?
Well, I guess
Paulie?
Paulie was up there, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is it that you're bringing Burt to Paulie, or you're bringing Paulie to Burt, or is it a combination of those two things?
Combination.
Mm-hmm.
Combination.
Well, have there been any failures in your life? Because it seems like everything you've done has just been boom, boom, boom.
No failures.
No failures.
Not that I figure.
No.
Maybe someone else might have another opinion.
Was there ever a part you didn't get that you wanted?
Oh, often.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I won a lot of parts.
Mm.
And got upset when I didn't get them. Yeah.
But I assume you haven't auditioned. You haven't auditioned in a million years.
In a while, yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's true.
But then you have to audition in the funniest movies you wouldn't figure, but you did. So you can't get surprised.
Mm.
You can't take everything literally. It's coming to you, you know.
Mm-hmm. So let's go back to the art. So you're a little kid. Did you start doing it in school? Did you start doing it at home?
You know, at home.
At home. And it was influenced by your father?
Yeah, of course.
And did you have your style? Like, when did you find this because color, you're very...
Yeah, thank you. Often, right away.
Right away.
Yeah, I was young. But right away. My pop didn't like my work.
Why?
It was too disorganized for him. You know, he was very meticulous. His line way. And so I was fighting him on that. So I fought him on everything.
So did anybody when you were a kid, you're writing, you're doing art, did your friends make fun of you because you were doing these creative things?
No.
They didn't.
Never.
Wow.
Never make fun of me. But you gotta let me. I gotta feed this. Look at he didn't.
Randy's going, no, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, all right, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but I have just a couple more questions. So, when did you start getting paid for when did you start selling your art? Because you're in so many galleries and you have so much art.
I do.
At what stage of your life did you become a professional?
Very early.
Oh, really?
Very early, yeah. I was getting money early as 15 years old, you know.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And so, I assume that the art, the fine art, the acting, the writing, is there something that speaks to you the most in those three, or are they all?
They all hold hands, I think. They hold hands, just like life has the big hand, and all I can say, I'm a very lucky fellow, you know, to have the family I got. Very lucky guy.
You are a lucky guy.
We have a comment and a question.
Sure.
Comment. Bert's a stud. Love you, brother. That's from Man, too. That's awesome. And then someone asked, Burt, did you paint Rocky on the stairs from the first Rocky?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes to that, and I'm a stud.
Yeah. Paint the town.
So do you still write?
Of course.
So
I just finished a movie that I wrote. What is it called? I forget it. Oh, it's it's a crazy thing. It's my insides, thoughts, and then let's see what happens with that.
So you're going to shop it around for you to act in your film? You're going to play yourself?
Yeah.
Do you have any? Okay, I'm liking that. And it's done. It's ready to shop.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thank you.
And so now there are 9 films in post production right now, and you're on the Netflix show currently. Is there anything that you haven't done yet? That you like? How does this whole like Netflix thing, like being on a series, is that something that interests you at all?
Yes.
It does.
Sure.
Would you write one? You think?
Yes. Yes.
Probably
I
a good
would.
way to go, right?
Yes, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And is there a particular type of character that you maybe haven't done? Like, is there more comedy in your future, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
It gives me a relief.
Mm-hmm.
And but there's everything has a tip of everything, you know.
Yes.
We said that, and I still have a great time with everything.
So, you love the work?
Very much.
Are you still okay? How are you memorizing lines? Is what I want to. I can't remember anything. How do you memorize lines? What do you do? Do you have a secret? Do you have a process?
First, I believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
I put the scenes that I care for, and that care for me. And once I believe it, and I got my heart in it, it comes natural for me, you know.
So the lines just kind of flow because you believe the story that you're telling?
I'm involved all the way. You know?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever hit a wall where a line didn't ring true and you've said, this doesn't work for me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine because of your storied career, people listen to you when you say that.
Well, usually I change it.
You just go ahead and change it. Has anybody ever stopped you from doing that?
No.
Oh, who would mess with you?
No.
Tough guy. Mr. Little Hoodlum. Who would mess with you?
Yeah.
Not such, tough guy. Well, Burt, I am, it's been really just meeting you that day with Candy Clark. Thank you so much for making that happen.
Thank
But
you.
you're so, I mean, you say all this hoodlum stuff. I mean, all I see is a gentle, lovely man.
Thank you.
I can't imagine the scary side of you. I don't want to meet that guy, but I really love this guy.
Thank you. Well, keep loving me.
I'm going to keep loving you, and thank you so much for doing this and for welcoming us.
Well,
And
congratulations, everybody.
and so, okay, so what do you got coming up that we want to look for? Anything we want to look for? Anything that you're excited about? Let's see. Let's look at your IMDb. Well, let's look, because you've got like a bunch of things coming out. Okay, so you have Asleep at the Wheel, All In, Street Justice, Charlie Boy, Road to the Lemon Grove, Epiphany, Vault. I mean, look at all these projects you have coming out. This is crazy. Russian Doll is running now. So of these, is there anything that is most exciting to you? They all are. All right, I'm going for that. So,
Asleep at the Wheel.
Asleep at the Wheel, you play the judge, it says.
Yeah.
Oh, that's announced. You haven't done that one yet.
What, a judge?
Yeah, you're playing a judge.
Yeah.
But it says that that one wasn't on there this morning when I looked.
Yeah.
So that's a new gig.
Yeah.
They're happening every day as we speak. He's just rolling in the gigs.
Sorry.
Well, there's going to be plenty more Burt Young, and that's a good thing for all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your body of work, which is astounding to watch. And as a writer and a little bit actress, you're very inspiring. And I have never, ever, ever caught you acting for 1 second ever.
Thank you.
And that's a beautiful thing to watch. Very, very beautiful. Thank you so much for your work and for the person that you are. You're a lovely man.
Thank you.
Pete George, thank you for being out there. Randy, thank you for welcoming us in your home. And we'll see you next week with Craig Shoemaker. And happy Valentine's Day, everybody, especially my Valentine. See you soon.
Good. Wonderful.